Hi, everybody. It's Boog Shambi. Welcome to the show. Live from Nationals Park in Washington, D.C., we've got baseball on the show. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Washington Nationals. First pitch coming. All right, just about ready for baseball. Starting on the mound in this one, Mackenzie Gore.
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Here's Tommy Pham.
Leading off the afternoon for Pittsburgh, the right fielder, Tommy Pham.
Oh, and they're going to tag the pitcher with a pitch clock violation. That's an automatic ball.
The pitcher must begin his motion before the pitch timer runs out. We're looking for a little more urgency out there.
The pitch timer expired before he started his windup, so that's a ball.
That must be incredibly frustrating for the pitcher, but this is all about creating more action and speeding up the game, and it's working.
The pitch timer expired before he started his wind. from downtown Cleveland and Progressive Field. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Tampa Bay Rays taking on the Cleveland Guardians. First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to go. And towing the slab in this one, Tanner Bybee. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, this guy featuring that straight four-seam fastball, but off of it throws the cutter, and really he's most effective when he's using that cutter off the four-seam fastball just to miss the barrel of the bat. Not always going to see the swings and misses, but if you can somehow get weaker contact, you have a chance to collect some outs. Now, it's going to look the same until the very last second, so hitters are going to have to make a decision and hope that sometimes they're able to guess right.
And that one is downstairs, and it's 1-1.
One strike.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just going to have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Swing and a ground ball. Martinez sends it to first. One up, one down. Now a look at Kevin Cash's lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
And now it's Brandon Lau.
He's a big, strong guy, can untie this game with one swing.
And that's in there for strike one. That's down and in. Just missed. One out, base is empty. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got him swinging.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
And the batter now, Junior Caminero. There's the strike, 95 of that one. Two out, space is empty. Bounce to Santana. He takes it on his own. Rays retired in order. Nothing doing for Tampa. Now the Guardians will get their shot. Still scoreless. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back now at Progressive Field. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Shane McClanahan.
Well, a pretty standard 4-pitch mix. Got the fastball, change speeds, 2 breaking balls. You know, all can be really effective if they're coming out of the same arm slot and really staying in that tunnel for a good bit.
Now the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. Late swing, foul to the left.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
Next pitch is downstairs. When you look at the elite teams in the game right now, there is going to be the slug, no question about it. But the really good offensive teams combine slug with more contact, with less swing and miss. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
Ground ball right side. Fires over to first. One gone, bottom half of the first. Here's the Guardians lineup now. Kyle Manzardo digs in for the Guardians. One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will happen for the hitter.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up. Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. And strike two.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Started to go at the 1-2. A check on it to third. And he held back, according to Larry Bullard. Line drive, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you've got to make them pay.
Now it's Jose Ramirez, a switch hitter batting right. And fouled off. Check swing, called strike.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Manzardo over at first with one away. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
That one not close. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swings and misses, struck him out. Some high cheese for strike 3.
Typically that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
Carlos Santana stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Swing and a ball popped up. Diaz moves under it. He's there. He's got it. And that'll do it. Guardians turned away in the first. We played 1 in Cleveland with no score on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. Now it's the right fielder, Josh Lowe. Bybee back to work. And that drops in for a strike.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Close, but called a ball. And now it's even 1-1. James Kingsley, our plate umpire, consistent, as you mentioned, and maybe a little generous on the edges.
Ball, that's out.
That one ripped. Hauls it in, one away. Now it's Jansen to hit. That one finds the zone. That's strike one.
No, that's down.
And that is out of play. Second inning here, no score. Good eye right there.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
One down, base is empty. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Foul ball, and it remains a full count.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And he walked him. Nope. That's a great at-bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Well, a great back and forth in that at-bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Now here is Jonathan Aranda.
0-1.
And that is downstairs. And the count is 1-1. Activity in the bullpen. Emmanuel Clase appears to be getting loose. Man at first, one away. Yeah, that's fouled off. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Out to short, Rocchio. Off balance speed, there's one. What a double play that was. Inning over.
as a black woman in the chitlin circuit.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Minnesota Twins taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about ready to go and towing the slab, Shane McClanahan.
Power pitcher. He's going to speed you up with the fastball velocity, and out of his hand will explode the breaking ball. Very difficult for hitters to keep that front side closed and hit the ball the other way, because they know if they're not ready to pull the trigger, the fastball will beat them.
Now it's the Twins DH, Willie Castro. Here comes a pitch. That's too low. And we're underway here this afternoon. Slider for a strike. And that is cut on and missed. Going to count 1-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
In plenty of time to first, and an easy out to start the game. Now the lineup for the Twins as constructed by Rocco Baldelli. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup must be licking their chops with a lefty on the mound.
Now, to me, Boog, it shows the managers trying to set these players up to have a big game. Facing an opposite-handed pitcher, you only get a fraction of a second longer to see the ball and decide to swing, but that can be the difference between a line drive and a swinging strike.
Harrison Bader in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Next pitch is outside. That one is upstairs.
Hey!
That's ball four. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Runner on at first with one gone. And here comes Carlos Correa. Bader runs. Swinging a foul out of play. Snap throw to first. Bader dives back. The shortstop takes the ball.
With two strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
That misses. And that's ball two.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
On the ground to third, might be two. There's one to Diaz. That's two.
Poetry in motion there as the second baseman turns the double play. Nice throw to first, and that's the way to end the inning.
Back here at Tropicana Field and towing the slab, Pablo Lopez. What do we have on him?
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
Bottom of the first. And stepping in for the Rays, Yandy Diaz. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one. Lopez, a former All-Star, 29 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. line drive ripped down the left side towards the left field corner. So a man on base to start the inning.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair. And even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory. And that right there was perfect.
Brandon Lowe in the box now. Takes strike one. Next offering upstairs. And a swing and a miss there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ground ball could be 2. 1 at second. Out. And that's 2.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Junior Caminero, the next to hit. In there for strike 1. That one out to right. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And the inning is over. Scoreless after 1. Back now in Tampa Bay. Here's Byron Buxton. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. And that one fouled off. So how much does his speed factor into his ability to go get it?
It's heartbreaking for the hitter because off the bat, he thinks this ball's going to get down. Because of that speed and the ability to make up so much ground, he enters the picture and breaks a guy's heart.
Fastball, and he gets out of the way.
Straighten him up a little bit.
The line to kick the pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, there's a small sigh of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base paths. It's not just the pitcher. It's other guys that have to think about it. From your infielders have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make a play. As an outfielder, you're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly to try to keep this guy from taking an extra base. So I think everyone just a little more relaxed that he didn't reach base.
And that one fouled off. One down, base is empty. And that one is lifted in the air. DeLuca. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down. Here's Royce Lewis. Swing and a liner, base hit out into right center field. And that keeps the inning alive.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Pitch was away, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Drive it the other way. Just go with the pitch.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Shane McClanahan is done. Just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment. Now on the mound for the Rays, Edwin Uceta. it's going to be Ty France. First pitch swinging.
0-1.
Two outs. Tap foul at the plate. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup.
But odd as it may be, without my 1 and 2, where would there be my 3 mates past me, and that's the magic number.
From beautiful Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts, we're going to be treated to a gorgeous day for baseball on the show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shammy. Well, Singy, when you consider the top hitters' ballparks in the sport, this has got to be one of them.
I'll say this. Pitchers have to stay with their game. They can't look over their shoulder and think, I have to be fine and perfect on every pitch. Continue to pitch to your strengths, and you'll come out of here with a good outing.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. About to get started here. So here's the lefty, Garrett Crochet. What do you have on him, Chris?
And if this guy isn't already tall enough, he's standing on top of a mound, throwing down at hitters. His stuff can sneak up on you because of the extension he gets and having a deep release point. If batters can attack pitches up in the zone, this lineup will have a chance to do some damage.
Here's the veteran outfielder, George Springer. That's outside. And we're underway from Fenway. Next offering is fouled back. One, two now. And there's a ball. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you get away with some of those, more margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport, and I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
That one is blasted left field towards the monster, and it bangs off the monster. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. He absolutely ripped that ball out front and almost got it out of here, man. Just a really strong, balanced swing, and a fraction of an inch different on the bat, and it is probably out of here.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position, Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. That misses the zone. Ball one. Runner at second here, one gone. That one finds the zone, and 1-1. Boston's bullpen with some activity. Aroldis Chapman up and loosening in the pen. Slayton also getting ready. Man at second. Pitch misses, and it's 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That's a little bit low. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
First and second, 1 out. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Fought off foul.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Vladdy needs just 1 hit to reach 200 for the season. And the 0-1. Liner, and this could be trouble. Bichette around third and headed home. He will score, and they take the lead. Headed for the plate. The relay throw. The tag, and he's safe. It's 2-0.
These guys today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
And now Alex Cora is out of the dugout, and he will make a move for the bullpen. Garrett Crochet done for the day, and it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute. So the Red Sox bring on a new pitcher, Brennan Bernardino.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
One out, runner at second. Will Wagner next up for the Blue Jays. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Pretty impressive the year he's put together. 200 hits doesn't happen by accident, and there are some years nobody reaches 200 at all. Props to him for getting this far.
And a foul ball. One out and a runner at second. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Tried to hold up on the 0-2. Now a look down to third, and he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. And a curve is down and in.
1-0.
That one lifted to left. Durant squeezes it, and that is that. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this two-run double. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here in Boston, and on the hill, Kevin Gausman.
It's got that splitter, and it's a pitch that swings and misses, come fast, and they come often. Very difficult to pick up out of his hand.
And now here's a speed threat, outfielder Jarren Duran.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
And there's a foul ball. Gausman, multi-time All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a splitter, a slider, and he works in a sinker. Swing and a miss, and the count is 0-2.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
That was pretty nasty. Here's Alex Bregman. In the air, left field, down the line. And that is a foul ball. Next pitch misses. Ball one.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
And that misses. Now 3-1. One down, base is empty. Stays alive.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Man aboard, and here is Devers. Devers, the baby-faced assassin, and he takes a strike. Bregman, the runner at first, with one gone in the inning. On the ground right side, 4, 6, 3, double play, and the inning is over.
Well, the second baseman made that one look easy. Great feed to the shortstop. Shortstop completes the play. They get out of a jam, and they end the inning.
Justin Wilson on the pitch here.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's Andres Jimenez.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
And a strike in there. Jimenez, a former Gold Glove winner, 26 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Foul ball there. Oh, 0-2 now. And ball one. Chopped out in front of the plate. Not in time. An infield knock to start the inning.
It was a healthy cut, but the same can't be said for the contact. He got just enough of the ball to put it in play, and that's all he needed. Tough play for the defense on what was kind of a swinging bunt.
So a man at first. Now the third baseman, Ernie Clement. And a foul ball. Runner at first with no outs here. Just off the inside edge. Woody Keller making the calls behind home for us today.
And Boog, something to keep an eye on is how pitchers utilize the top part of the strike zone. We see a lot more of that in today's game with pitchers going up there with hard stuff. Keller, definitely an umpire that isn't afraid to call strikes up in that part of the strike zone.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, struck him out. The high heat, too much on that one. And now the center fielder, Nathan Lucas. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Runner on the go. Swing and a miss. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. Oh, he doesn't get the call. 1-2 to count.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make a big pitch down around the knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others. And right here, clearly letting the ump hear it a little bit.
Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Next offering misses. 3-2 now. Line drive, caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. First pitch misses.
1 ball, no strikes.
Inside, just missed.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Duran. And he makes the catch. And that is that.
gold bars to a gunfight, I bring a blowtorch. Spending new money to fight an old charge. No such thing as no charge. Been hot since the Cold War.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We've got a perfect day for baseball. It's the San Francisco Giants going up against the Cincinnati Reds. First pitch coming your way next. All right, just about set to go. And on the mound in this one, Hunter Green. How about a report on him, Chris?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
And digging in for San Francisco, Jung-Hoo Lee. And that's through there for a strike. And we are underway. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to. And you're never trying to do that as a hitter. But when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
Tyler Fitzgerald digs in now. Right down to shoot. It's 0-1. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
With two strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
And now 1 and 2.
Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Very frustrating right there as a speedy potential base runner. When with 2 strikes, you just struggle to put the ball in play. You don't even have to get a hit at that point. You can help your team just by reaching on an error. But some way, you got to find a way to shorten up the swing and put the ball in play next time.
Willie Adames stands in. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. And a swing and a miss.
0-1.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Swinging for the strikeout. No advance. Good job behind the dish.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts. So they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
And here is Matt Chapman. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Next offering is fouled back. Lee, the runner at first with 2 gone. Chapman gets a piece there.
You can see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Breaks his bat, pops it up. And that is that. So the Giants leave one. And now the Reds will get their first opportunity. No score. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in Cincinnati, and towing the slab in this one, Logan Webb. How about a scouting report on him?
He really relies on working down in the zone with that heavy sinker he's got. You know, it's not as popular to throw that pitch today as it used to be because, you know, guys are looking to hit balls down in the zone, get them up in the air. It's very important for him when facing same-side hitters to be able to get it in, especially early in the count, and to opposite guys be able to throw it at that front hip and run it over the inside corner.
Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. Little chopper rolls foul. Nobody out, runner at first. Grounded to third, could be two. Chapman tossed to second, on to first, double play.
Oh man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Now it's the second baseman, Matt McClain. Pitch misses, and it's 1-0. Outside.
No, that pitch not even close. A 2-0 count now. He can't be over aggressive. He's got to make sure that pitch is right on a tee for him.
Ball.
Tyler Stevenson in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Lifted in the air, right center field. Yastrzemski sizing this one up. He's got it, and that's the inning. Scoreless after one. Back here at Great American Ballpark, here's Lamont Wade Jr. Green back to work. There's a strike. Activity in the bullpen for the Reds. Alexis Diaz getting loose out there. Yeah, that's fouled off.
A defensive swing right there. Some cheese on the inside part of the plate. Bet the hands are still stinging after that one.
That missed by a lot. And the count is 1-2.
Ball, that's high.
Way high. Elliot Ramos in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound, no question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout, making it clear that wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
Here's Elliot Ramos. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1.
0-1.
That's a slider for a strike.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Brings it in. That's out number 2. And now Patrick Bailey.
Well, both sides equally as strong, so not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
On the ground. Tosses to first. Out number 3.